This is an international podcast transmission. Is anyone out there? If you're listening, you've reached the No Fixed Agenda podcast.
Me as your sidekick and make it.
That's my whole entire hope. I've been on a roll this week.
Yes, you have, man.
I've been on a roll.
You've been on one for sure.
And I don't know why.
You've been on a roller coaster ride of a roll.
Yes. I've been on, I think it's because I've got events coming up.
That you're getting a little.
That I'm like, finally, right? I haven't had many events this summer. So it's been kind of this very slow, steady pace throughout the summertime. Mm-hmm. And tomorrow I start first of 2 or 3 events in a row. And then it's the following week. And then I got 2 events next week. And so I can tell that I'm like getting amped up, right? I'm getting event ready. Event Jeff is starting to come out.
Let's clarify what Event Jeff looks like. Oh. Because I personally, I want to tell you what my opinion is. And then you could, I want to hear yours.
Tell me.
No. I want to hear yours first. Yeah.
What do you think?
You just seem like you're on edge.
On edge?
Yeah, on edge. Almost like, I guess, on edge or on guard. And it's like, yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and it's almost like you have your things in place, but then if anything kind of goes off the rails or shifts, or you and I have a conversation, it kind of turns into like, boom, like you just come out swinging. But when it's like chill Jeff, he's like, okay. Yeah, that's okay. Like, yeah, it is what it is.
That would be a correct statement.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more focused in on what's at hand or what's coming up. I got X, Y, and Z to do this week. I've got things I got to do next week. I'm planning for multiple events in a week's time frame. So that way I'm ready to go when next week comes. So I shift focus and it becomes this a little bit more like, on edge. Not really, I guess.
It on edge was not the right word, but it's like definitely.
I definitely get more focused when it comes to that. And Des will tell you the same exact thing. Like, actually, my parents even know. My mom refuses to come to San Diego if I've got an event because she's like, I don't want to be around Event Jeff. So she's even told me that. So I know that there is a difference between.
You have split personality.
Yeah.
A slight version of a split personality is whatever we're looking at, right?
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
So I get it. To go back to that, I've been a little bit more amped up this week, and I think because of that, I also think, and this is where my random thought comes in this week, and I don't know how much you know about this or not, or whether you care or not. I don't know. Being on social media this last couple weeks, and I keep seeing the Sydney Sweeney deal.
All right.
Right? This American Eagle jeans.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about now?
And I know American Eagle, but.
Right. So American Eagle. So for those that are underneath the rock.
I'm underneath the rock, like my side. Yeah.
Right? So American Eagle puts out this jeans ad with Sydney Sweeney.
Okay.
And if you, again, underneath the rock and haven't seen anything, Sydney Sweeney is a very attractive white, blonde-haired, 27-year-old woman. A Hollywood actor, A-list, so on and so forth, right? So they put this advertisement out. American Eagle, it goes on and she's going on to talk about blue eyes and blonde hair and so on and so forth. And at the end of the advertisement, it talks about her jeans, right? It's a play on words. It's a fucking brilliant advertisement, I think.
Okay.
It's a play on words like my jeans are blue or whatever it comes out to be, right? It's all talking about just the jeans. So what has frustrated me this entire time frame is people have made it a political racist deal.
Mm.
They talk about why the American Eagle chose a white blonde, why they chose this, why she's talking about, and this whole entire, I fucking hate this term, woke society. And I don't really understand it. You see people on Instagram talking how bad this advertisement is and what's wrong with it. She's a white supremacist. She's this, she's
Good
that.
Lord.
I'm like, it's a fucking advertisement. It's a fucking great play on words. It's American Eagle trying to come out with something to showcase their new jeans that are coming out.
Is she getting crucified in social media?
Oh, yeah. I feel fucking terrible for Sydney Sweeney at this point. She's getting crucified for doing a fucking advertisement.
Yeah.
And it's kind of one of those things, like, you don't think that her lawyers and her team would have looked at this and said, oh, yeah, this doesn't seem right. It's an advertisement for jeans. It's a great play on words, everything. It's not going against people of color, people of different races, men versus women, blonde versus brunettes. It's just a play on words, and it's an advertisement for their clothing product. I guess what has frustrated me in this whole entire thing is people have made it such a political deal in the environment that we're in. And you and I, we don't really talk about politics, and I'm not looking to get into that. But at the same time, it's like, I think in today's society, the left side of the aisle has become so liberal and so want to be inclusive that having somebody that is a beautiful white blonde female is the wrong thing to do. And the right side of the aisle is like, well, what's wrong with it? This isn't good. And so it's like this, I think the liberal side of things, and I'm left leaning. So I look at this and I'm like, honestly, guys, we're not trying to be racist with this commercial. We don't need to include transgenders at all points in time. We don't need to include the LGBTQ community at all times. And it just, to me, it just shows the mentality of where society is at. So I think in parts of it, when I've come in to go to the gym, I've kind of seen some of these videos that people are like, and I honestly, and this is how Instagram is, right? Uh-huh. You get on and you state your claim for clicks.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I want to, and my big thing is love reading the comments, man. Like people get ripped
There's
on.
actually platforms that just do that, dude.
I know.
It's a trip, but go ahead.
And this is what I'll never understand. I've never been one to, if I don't agree with something, I'm not going to sit there and bash somebody online.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, what's that going to do? Like
keyboard warriors, man.
Exactly. The keyboard warriors are terrible.
Yes.
And so somebody like Sydney Sweeney is sitting here getting bullied online for doing nothing wrong. And then all of a sudden on the flip side is Levi's comes out with a Beyonce. Same type of thing. Comes out with a Beyonce advertisement. And Beyonce's blonde hair in this advertisement showing a lot more skin than Sydney Sweeney is.
Uh-huh.
And nobody says anything. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like the bizarro world of this whole entire ordeal is unbelievable.
I have, you asked me if I even care or if I have an opinion at the beginning of that rant. And I don't necessarily would say that I care, but I do have an opinion about it.
Okay.
And it's because those kind of things, man, I've been left and I've been right, extreme sides on both sides of the aisle in my lifespan. And I've learned that being down the middle and just really focusing on what's on my front doorstep has been way more healthier for me and more beneficial for me.
Yeah.
And so I've learned how to take the lessons that I learned by leaning far left and take the lessons that I've learned by leaning far right. And now you have before you this amazing person that all that to say is, I think it's a pendulum, one. Two, it's a direct reflection of where we are at as a country and as a human population.
Yeah.
It is. I just had this conversation with somebody yesterday in one of my accountability meetings, and I had the conversation again today talking about how scary it is. We've had conversations about when Des was in here, we talked about the ChatGPT world and all that stuff, right? And this is even more scarier because there is no logic at this point. It just doesn't feel like there is. No. And the people that are like us that kind of float right down the middle of the aisle and can pick and choose to what is actually applicable to our lifespan and our life cycle and the things that we're facing on a daily basis as entrepreneurs and as family men. Like, yeah, we can pick and choose and kind of stand on those beliefs. But today's youth is not that way. And today's world, unfortunately, is not that way. And I said it's a pendulum because we go so far one way, and it goes from the beginning of the birth of our country, man. Like we had slavery, we had all these other things that was super oppressive. And so that pendulum went far right, and then it dropped and it went far left, and then it goes far right, and then it goes far left. And it's been doing that for the history of this country, man.
Yeah.
And it's fucking sad because we are legitimately a melting pot of all kinds of cultures, all kinds of races, all kinds of genders, all kinds of circumstances and situations. And that's who we are as part of as a country. But it's also very fucking scary because these people that are keyboard warriors will jump on their soapboxes, man, and just fucking stir the pot, throw fuel on the fire, versus looking at it as a human being, right? This girl that I honest to God did not know anything about. And I mean, I've seen her in movies. She's very cute. She's very attractive. However, it's fucked up for her to have to go through that because we are so far left right now. And now everybody who...
No, I think we're on the other side.
We're on the right side now. We're going far right. I'm sorry. And we were far left before, and now it's going far right. And it's like all of a sudden we're just watching it, and there's people that are standing on both sides of the aisle, but the real change and impact to society and our race as a country or our race as a human race is right down the middle. Like it can't, nothing will ever be accomplished by bashing somebody who's white, blue-eyed, or bashing somebody who's African-American or Mexican, right?
Yeah, I think the problem with most of this is social media has such an impact on society, right?
It's so readily available.
So everybody wants to do things for clicks. They want to get popular. They want to get famous. They want to have some money based on not having to work very much. Like so I think a lot of this is driven by some of those clickbait individuals. What I don't really get is the fact that, listen, man, this is just an advertisement, and it's not really a Sydney Sweeney thing either. If anybody should be upset, it should be upset at American Eagle.
Facts.
And the fact that Sydney Sweeney is somebody who is just getting pummeled because she did an advertisement and did nothing wrong with it. I think it's also too, you go back to, to reference like Gen X and this whole entire Sydney Sweeney thing is nowhere near what happened with Brooke Shields. Do you remember that back in the day?
No.
So Brooke Shields was in a what was she in? I can't remember the jean advertisement she was in, but she was like 14, 15. And she was in this, and she was being portrayed as a sex symbol for a pair of jeans.
Oh, I think I do remember this.
And that I think when that came out, because there wasn't any social media, you didn't really have all of this like upstart or uproar about what was going on. Yes, people look at it as like, why are we sexualizing a 14 or 15-year-old?
That's disgusting.
And people are now bringing that up more and more because of it. And that was just the fucking generation at the time, right? That was the time frame. But you look at things like this and I'm like, seriously, we're going to be upset with something like this that really has no impact on gender, race, sexuality, whatever, versus something like that happened. And I don't know if it's also too, like, I guess that's what confuses me is the fact that maybe people are upset that American Eagle chose Sydney Sweeney over Lizzo. And I think that's the situation with this thing is they chose the blonde white female over an African-American overweight individual. Right. Maybe that's the case. And maybe people are upset about that, but it's just, it to me, I'm like, so and this has been going on for about a week and a half or so. So we're on the tail end.
This is why you've been on edge.
We're on the tail. Yeah, this is why I've been on edge. But we're on the tail end of this thing. And I sit there and I finally saw a video for the first time last night from Michael Rappaport, another actor who is very far leaning right. And he's also a crazy motherfucker, but he made a really good fucking point. Like, if you don't like it, don't fucking follow people.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Don't like, why do you got to bash somebody for not doing anything? Like, just who gives a flying fuck really is what he came down saying. I'm like, why is there not more people, saying that? Like, you see all these people that are just ripping on this and like, oh, I'm so triggered. That's what pisses me off. I'm so triggered by this advertisement. I'm so triggered by Sydney Sweeney being in these jeans. I'm so like, why the fuck? Why does it bother you so much? Why is it triggering you? What has this advertisement done to you to make you cry on social media for this? Right? It's like, come on,
people crying. Dude.
Oh God, yeah. And I'm sure now that we talk about this, you scroll through your Instagram here. Over the next 24 hours, you're going to see it all over your Instagram as these videos coming through.
Dude, I take that advice that, who's the actor, that the far right actor?
Michael Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport. I am live and die by that rule. I had this conversation with my daughter. It was one of the conversations. And she was talking about, because she leans more left than right. And she's about this and that. And she was talking about Trump and all this other stuff. And I said, hey, Mia, you need to learn how to only worry about what's on your front porch.
Yeah.
And so you can sit there and go down that path of like letting it ruin your fucking life, crying on social media, letting it take you down a freaking level of depression and all this other stuff, because it's all in our face, man. It's right here, right? And it's like, the minute we wake up, we're constantly being influenced one way or another, right? You and I have had a conversation. We saw something on, like, as simple as these stupid signs. We saw it on Instagram. We were like, that would be cool. We just got caught. They got us. Yeah. They got us, right? And so the same applies when it comes to these crazy things that happen on social media over a stupid ad. And you're right. It's very good clickbait. It's very good bigger eyeballs, because it's just like when you drive down the highway and you see an accident and it's on the shoulder, no lanes are blocked, but what does everybody do? Stop and look.
Oh yeah.
And so this is the train wreck that social media has learned how to create, so that they could disrupt us, hook us in, do all the things that we talk about with all of our social media influencers, man. They're like, no, there has to be a good hook. There has to be a good story. And this is what they do. And so I personally try not to watch those things. People will lose their mind and allow it to affect them one way or another. And all it is a little bit of a perspective shift, and making them realize that because it's on social media or on TV or on a Netflix show, that it's something that they're actually dealing with. And it's not. It's fucking not.
I think adds on to this whole entire thing is it was all these very far left liberals that are getting upset with it. And then to add fuel to the fire, now the right-sided media, Fox News and people like Megyn Kelly and whoever else are like, oh, she came out as she's a registered Republican, right? So they're like adding that layer onto it. So they added another political layer onto it. And then Trump gets involved and says, oh, it's a great ad, whatever. And then you kind of look at it as, well, shit, now that side, like the White House now has people's attention somewhere else versus all this Epstein bullshit that's still going on. So it's like adding political layer on top of political layer on top of political layer. And I'm like, fuck, it's an advertisement. It's a great play on words. I thought it was a beautiful, like, well done advertisement. I was like, this is cool. Like, good for them, good for American Eagle, whatever. And then this whole entire thing breaks out about, well, she's not this, she's not that. And it's like, why? I know it's not cool to be white anymore. I get it.
It's not. I mean,
I just don't get it.
I don't get. You're right, and I'm brown, and the racial. What's the word? I want to make sure I'm using the right word for this because it's very touchy. The racial shame that we experience as a country is freaking wild, man, and it went from being so extreme this way, and we have hundreds of years of slavery and oppression. And then we also have now on the other side of the spectrum, an overwhelming, almost unhealthy version of social acceptance in certain areas.
Yes.
And it's scary to me to see that because I've been a victim of some forms of racism, but I've also been accused of being whitewashed because I hang around with a bunch of white guys. And that's my own culture teasing me. I was raised as a Mexican, as a Chicano, beans and rice, government cheese, the whole freaking shebang of the definition of impoverished Mexican lower class individual. And now I'm whitewashed because I worked my ass off. I opened up a business and all I do is hang around with people that are like me that just so happen to be fucking white.
Yeah.
And so it's sad that this is the country we live in. It's also sad that we can't have somebody who's our commander in chief that can kind of look at it and go, this is the right thing to do. And just breed more unity than disruption. It's also sad that what companies are doing nowadays, I'm very careful, dude. I'm very careful. But what I say about my gym and all those things for that reason alone, because I understand the climate that we're in, it's very touchy.
So I just had to get that off my chest.
Yeah. Are you going to be better now though, dude?
I'll be better.
Yeah.
After seeing all that shit, I was like, you know what? We have the opportunity to just talk about it. I needed to get it off my chest because I'm so tired of seeing people get bashed online for not doing shit. It's not their responsibility for them to please every single individual. That's what drives me crazy with this is whether it's Sydney Sweeney or somebody else, like even the Beyonce side of things, it's like, who gives a shit?
If you don't like it,
who cares? Turn it off.
Unfollow.
Don't listen to it.
Yeah.
But don't drag it on just because you want somebody to follow your page and comment on your video or whatever it is, right? If you don't like it, fucking stop following people.
No.
Just turn it off.
Or live under a rock like I do.
Or live under a rock.
And be eternally, blissfully happy. Yeah. That's the truth. Yeah. You just got to fucking listen to whatever your audience is. If you're far right or far left or you're right a Beyonce fan or whatever, right in the fucking middle, like you're going to create your own environment. And unless it's at your front door, to quote myself and the advice that I gave my own damn children, if it ain't at your front door or don't have an opinion, help yourself out. Yeah. Leave it alone. It doesn't impact, right? If it's not impacting you, learn how to leave it alone. Yes, you can support causes. Yes, you can do some good in the world by supporting certain causes and certain things that you may believe in. But at the end of the day, dude, like Don't believe everything you see on social media either. Please, listeners, do not believe what you see on social media. There's been countless times that I've been got by things that I've seen on social media, and then I go experience them in real life, and it is nothing what I expected it to be.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you for letting me get that off my chest.
Welcome,
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I would love to hear what our listeners have to say. So leave a comment if you've got any opinion on the jeans debate.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite curious, but again, guys, if you don't like something, just leave it the fuck alone and turn it off and move on with your business.
Look somewhere else in all the hundreds of other areas of your life that you could do some good.
Yeah. Unless it's the No Fixed Agenda podcast, keep listening.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
Keep it coming. Another round. Oh, keep it coming. Another round. You got me so far down. So far.
This has been an international podcast transmission of No Fixed Agenda presented by Bub's Naturals. Music was provided by the Poor Dirty Astronauts with lyrics written by Matt Meyer. You can rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you find your favorite podcast episodes. NFA, over and out.